Alright guys, it's time for the last Tinker City of Colours.
The Last Tinker is an adventure 3D platformer where you play as Koru, a young kid from the slums of Colortown.
Your journey begins by meeting the town locals. By helping them out with odd jobs, you're rewarded with gems, the game's currency. And when you have enough gems, you can enter the big annual town race.
The opening has a very cheerful vibe, doesn't it? That is, until things turn bleak.
That's right, Darren. The trouble starts when the seemingly innocent purple spirit befriends you and then drains all the colour from the world. And now it's your job to get the colour back.
I thought it was a really imaginative setting. That epic colour drain worked so well, it really affected me. I wanted that colour back immediately.
Yeah, I agree, Barjo. It's so cinematic, isn't it? I love the art style and the animations. Everything is so bright and vivid. It's such a delightful world to spend time in.
The Tinker world is divided into 3 districts, red, green and blue. And unfortunately, the citizens don't get along with the other colours, especially when the bleakness sets in. It's up to Koru and his flying friend Tap to restore the balance.
That's right, and Tap does a wonderful job of showing you where to go by leaving trails of confetti. What did you think of the combat, Hex?
Well, it sure didn't lack variety. Koru was able to take down his bleak enemies with 3 different powers. The red power deals damage, the green power sends enemies fleeing in fear, and the blue power freezes in place. But as much as I appreciated the range of combat styles, I found myself pretty much sticking to the red power to just take out my enemies.
Yeah, I know what you mean. Even though there are a few different moves you can purchase with gems, I found it much faster and easier to pummel my way through with those powerful red punches.
And I'm sorry to say that the enemies lack intelligence. Sometimes they just stood around waiting for their turn to get hit.
Yeah, I found that a bit silly too, Darren. One thing I really enjoyed though was the movement in this game. Koru travels across the terrain with some graceful free-running skills.
Yeah, you can use one button to sprint and free run, which allows Koru to leap between ledges, swing off poles, and climb up vines. I thought the single button movement system might be a bit basic, but it works well.
Yeah, I agree. I also enjoyed hunting out those golden paintbrushes scattered throughout the levels.
Oh, so many collectibles, Hex. It's easy to get sidetracked smashing every box and collecting all the gems. But as I was exploring around, I did get a bit annoyed that I didn't have a jump button.
Well, that's just the design option the developers chose for the game, Barger.
I know that, Darren, but I feel like even if you don't need a jump button, it should always be in a game. Every game needs a jump button. Although those rail sections nearly made up for it, they were a good addition, I thought, Hex.
Yeah, I had fun in those parts too. Also, bouncing from springboard to springboard was pretty cool. A big standout for me was the music. Every track just suited the setting perfectly. It made me want to just slow down and enjoy the scenery.
Affirmative. The sound design was also brilliant, providing many great effects.
Yes, but there was a real lack of voice acting in the game, I thought. The characters talk in this gibberish language, and I'm not sure if that was the right decision. I just want to be able to understand what they're saying, Hex.
I think it suited the style of the game though. And some of those quirky rabbit turtle characters were adorable. But we should wrap this up, Barjo. What are you giving it?
Well, I think it could have been a bit harder, but I enjoyed this game. It's nice being in Tinker World. I'm giving it 7 out of 10 rubber chickens.
I think this is a great choice for anyone who's after a good PC platformer. I'm giving this charming game 8 out of 10.